guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kali here again, and Happy New Year! For those of you who are watching now, may it be filled with lots of joy, lots of happiness, and lots of fun times. And for those of you who are watching in the future, then just Happy New Day! May it be awesome! So that long introduction out of the way, let's get into the video. This is my first video for the year 2017. And I decided to go with something a bit more simple and something, I guess, smaller. So I made a tiny echo house. Now, I went off of a picture that I found online, which was this cute little cubic house with lots of greenery covering the whole front of it. And I am going to link this, well, not link it, I'm going to put it somewhere in the video in one of the corners so you can see what my inspiration was. And I really love that picture because it was very green and very echo, and it had this light wood over the house. So that's what I wanted to recreate in The Sims. So here you see me creating the basic shape. It's a super basic house. It's just a box, basically. It is a box, and it doesn't have a lot of details, but it does have a lot of plants and greenery all around it and all inside of the kind of yard, garden, whatever you call it. So I was initially going to make this a starter home, but unfortunately in The Sims 4, plants and greenery are super expensive. So it ended up costing quite a pretty penny. I think it's around 50,000 simoleons, like more than 50,000 simoleons. And you do see me right at the end of the video, after I've created everything and the interior and the exterior, you do see me go kind of on a deleting spree, just so I wanted to see if I delete enough plants, if I could get it into a starter home kind of build. But I kind of couldn't, because I did use more expensive furniture on the inside, but that was totally not the problem. I just went completely overboard with all of the decorations on the outside, all of the greenery that you see me start to put in right now. I wanted it to be very green. I wanted it to be very kind of, you would see this and you would know that somebody was taking very good care of all the plants on the slots. So naturally, I couldn't get it to a starter house price. So if you do end up downloading it, if you do end up deleting some of the greenery and getting the house, I'm sorry, I haven't woken up yet. So if you do end up getting the house into a more reasonable pricing without completely deleting everything green, do let me know, just because I kind of couldn't. And I don't know, I did have the idea of having it as a starter home, but I think it works either way. So I did put in a double bed on the inside, and everything is tested. Your sim can use absolutely everything that is on this lot. I don't know if 2 sims can live here though, just because there is the double bed, but I only had 1 sim to test it out with. So I know that one sim can for sure sleep on the bed. I'm not sure if the second sim can, because as far as I know, you can shove the bed kind of one side can be closed off and your sim can kind of scoot, and 2 sims can sleep on a double bed. But when I play the game, that never works for me. Like, I've heard and I've read on forums that people can do that, but that never works for me. So I want to know if that's something that just doesn't work for me, or it's just not true. Because I don't know, I was kind of disappointed. So anyway, if both your sims can use the double bed, do let me know in the comments below. Thank you in advance. So here we have the basic shape of the house already done. Well, like the whole shape of the house. It's not gonna change anymore, because, you know, I told you it's just a basic cube. And here we are putting in some greenery outside of the fence. Now, I wanted to keep the fence, the outside, kind of overgrown in a way, and not as polished as on the inside, because I did put a lot of shrubbery and a lot of bushes on the inside of the garden, but on the walls and on the fence, it kind of seems like someone was taking care of it. On the outside, I wanted it to seem like it was just letting nature do its thing, and it was super overgrown, and nobody was really taking care of it. So that's why I put a lot of bushes just to fill in the space. I do end up changing some things here and there, and changing like one side of the house, but I did leave like these vines that you see all over the walls. I did leave, I think, one side of the house completely bare in terms of vines. It was the one that you can sort of see right now. It's this angle. You're gonna see me put some vines in and then decide that I don't want them there, so I delete them and I put some overgrown shrubbery and bushes and stuff like that. So I also do make kind of a back entrance, and oh, by the way, I really love these fountains, and the way that I put them there is just, I don't know, it gives a lot to the house, and it makes it seem more modern, more zen. So here you see me put in that little back entrance. Your sim can get in through the front door that is double right now. I do end up deleting the double door and putting two single doors next to each other to mimic a double door, because that is where on the inside you're going to see that is where I put the dining table. So I wanted your sim to your house to have two chairs on the dining table. So I didn't want to use a double door and block it with the chair and not be sure if your sim can get in. That's why I deleted the double door, made two single doors, so if I block just one single door, your sim can still use the other one. Now, if I had used just a double door, it would have blocked it and the whole door would have been useless. So that's what I did there. And of course, I put in some planterns and some pots so your sim can practice their gardening skill. And I ended up putting these decorations on the fence that were kind of like hanging pots, and I really like that little detail. And something else I always put at the front of the house, I always like putting these big trees, and I did end up putting it right in the front a minute ago, but I ended up deleting it because I always put these big trees because I love a bit more privacy. I'm from a place where privacy is a big thing, and it's even historically a big thing. So for me to have this huge open space right in front of the entrance is kind of unheard for. So I always put these big trees right up front. And then I go in to take some screenshots, and you can see nothing. Like, literally, you see nothing from the house, just trees. And I can always delete them and then put them back in, but on the gallery as well, because it takes automatic screenshots, it just doesn't look as good. Well, it doesn't look like anything. You just see trees. You can never tell what you're downloading. So I end up, from now on, like, this is my New Year's resolution for The Sims 4, I will not put trees up front of my builds, because I do have one big build coming up. It's a modern tree house, tease, and like in the screenshots you can see just a forest. You can't see the house, you can't see anything, and unfortunately, it's already been built, it's been recorded, it's been uploaded, the screenshots were made, so everything is just waiting for me to just voice over it and upload it, so I can't really tweak it and re-upload it with any side of the house visible. So I do apologize for that, but I will try to, I don't know, pick out a thumbnail that is that you can see at least a part of the house. I would do my best. So as I said, New Year's resolution, no trees at the front of the house. Yeah, even if it's a glass house, we'll just have to deal with that. We'll just have to deal with our butts being visible to all of our neighbors. Yeah. And here you see me struggle a little bit with how I wanted the plants to be right above the door and the windows, because I wanted the whole house to be covered in greenery, and that didn't quite work for the door because it ended up clipping into the door, and I wasn't sure if your Sims can use the door if there's a plant right over it. So I end up moving them a little bit and deleting some of them. It is a tiny house. Like I said, everything is tested and your Sim can use absolutely everything. At least one Sim can. And it's very simple in terms of decoration. There's surprisingly not a lot of plants on the inside. At first I was going to use more, and then I don't know, I guess I forgot, or there was no space to use them. So this bin that I just put in, that bin was troublesome. I'm gonna tell you, that was very troublesome because I didn't know where to put it so that it wouldn't block anything and your Sim can get through. Like where I have it right now, I move it because there's not enough space, because I put the dining table right next to it. There's not enough space for your Sim to move between the bin and the dining table. So I end up putting that bin right in front of the TV. Like, yeah, right between the TV and the couch, which is a super weird place for a smelly for a smelly bin and your trash to be, but I guess we kind of made it work. If you don't like it, you can always just delete it. There is a bin at the front of the house, so your Sim can't throw their trash out, don't worry. But yeah, that's that pesky little bin. Now, I really love this bed. I wasn't going to use it. At first I was like, okay, let's use this bed because it has this kind of canopy and we can have a bit more privacy because there is no wall separating the living area and the bedroom. And then I end up putting these drapes, which I, by the way, absolutely love. These are my new favorite curtains in the whole game. They're just amazing. They are something that I was waiting for and I was looking for in all of my builds since I started playing Sims 4, because all of the other ones, they don't fit the windows. They're weird colors. They're both like curtains on both sides. I wanted just drapes kind of draped on one side, a left and a right one, and I ended up downloading some custom content for that. And when they uploaded it, I think with the movie stuff pack, home movie or whatever it was called, and I saw these drapes, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that for sure. I was waiting so long for those drapes. So I was really happy. I put in these two columns to kind of make it seem like they're actually hanging onto something. And I think they section off the build pretty well. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I do love the color of the couch. I never use that couch, but I'm gonna use it more often because I really don't like green, but that green is really awesome. So yeah. Now here you see me kind of spin around figuring out where I can put the dining table, how I can put it in, if I should use kind of an island or a bar or something, and where to put the TV. Like this little nook over here, this was a challenge. So it was also a challenge because I couldn't put the chair on it because there was just not enough space for it to kind of clip into the table. So here we go, going outside to kind of fix the whole situation with the table. And I put the TV on one side. I do put a chair in front of it. I don't think your Sim can eat on the chair that's in front of the TV, but your Sim can eat on the other one. And by the way, that desk lamp that I just had, I was completely mind blown. I did not know that could go on shelves. I was so annoyed with the things that go on shelves because none of them go on shelves, and I was just super surprised when I saw that this one did. So anyway, what else? I do think that we're almost at the end of the video. Yeah, in the bathroom, I ended up fitting in both. So here I am putting these single doors so I can kind of block one of them and your Sims can still get in. Now, I'm not sure which door my sim used to get in. I didn't check that, but she can't get in, so yeah. Anyway, here's the bin in front of the TV in the weirdest place ever imaginable, but yeah, we have a bin there. And in the bathroom, I ended up fitting one of those bathtubs that's a shower with a bathtub and a cool sink, and we have a toilet, so your sim can use absolutely everything in there. Even though it's a tight squeeze, you can still use it. And of course, let's not forget the little toilet paper roll. That's always a must in my builds. I wasn't courageous enough to put in towels on the wall there, so there is that empty wall in the bathroom, because I wasn't sure if it's gonna block the door or not, so I ended up not putting them in. And here you see me deleting all of these greenery and shrubs and stuff just to see if I can get it down. I think I got it to 40,000 simoleons or 45,000 simoleons, which was definitely not enough. And I decided I'd just go with it. It's not going to be a starter home, but I might just make a more affordable version of it. We'll see. If you want me to create a more affordable version of it, do let me know down in the comments below. So anyway, we're about to get into the screenshots. Again, guys, Happy New Year. If you're watching this in the future, just happy day and happy week, and hope you have an amazing one. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.